Welcome to VESPA Voices. This is Nadine. I'm with VESPA President Carol Peak.
Hi, Nadine.
She's here to give us the lowdown. Where are we right now, Carol?
We are, first of all, beginning of the school year. And we are at a spot now where I feel like we need to be prepared for a very tough year. I know last year was really hard. There was a lot of layoffs, a lot of reductions, mostly on certificated staff and definitely on classified side. So I feel like this year it's already been hinted from the district that this will be the same type of year. So I know we all rallied and we did really great. And we actually did save some jobs last year. But we kind of came out like when the RIF notices came, then we really got into action. I feel that this year we really need to hit the ground running. So where we're at right now, we need a lot of participation. We need people to join our Zoom meetings for our rep councils. We need people to wear red on those days to show solidarity with our VUEA siblings as well. And especially when negotiation season starts, which we are going to be sunshining probably next month.
Okay, what are the big issues for the negotiations team?
Well, our full contract is open. So I did send out a survey. I did a little differently this year because usually it's, what part of the contract do you want to change? I feel like that was just too in the weeds. I mostly wanted to know, what's going on at your site? What are the issues? What would make your life at work better? That way, the negotiation team can go through that data, find out if, it's not contract language, well, how else can we support and help? If it is contract language, we can go through, figure out what contract article it is, and just make appropriate changes to help the members, their jobs, their everyday work lives.
Are you preparing us for a zero chance of a pay increase?
Yes, I believe in this day and age, it is going to be a zero pay increase. However, we are wanting to look at benefits. VUEA, which they're our siblings, we always support them, but they're full-time at 35 hours. It would be nice to have the same for us. And then instead of the 50% to 75%, if we could if you work a certain percentage of hours, we could kind of work that way and maybe put some money in our pockets. So that way it would be more like there's still money being saved. So we're really going to work with Andrew Steanos, our CTA staff person. He's amazing. And we're really going to try to think outside the box. And so that way we can help members with insurance because that's really expensive. And that might help save some money for them.
Very good. Will there be a COLA?
I'm not sure what it is right now. I don't think it's going to be very big if there is one.
And remind me, what does it stand for? Cost of living increase?
Adjustment.
Okay.
Yes. But that doesn't always, the definition of the COLA doesn't always count for salaries. And I think that's a misconception. People think that, that goes towards salaries. Not necessarily.
Okay. I know that comes from the state, not
correct.
Just, it does go through the district, but it comes from the state of California.
Correct. And the good thing is the district has been trying to be very transparent. I think they could be clearer, but they are inviting us to come in and see the presentations. We go to the Ventura County Office of Education and we listen to when the governor's reports come out. We have a big study session on that. So we're involved in that. So at least, again, they're trying to be transparent. But I don't even think it's the money that's coming in. I think it's how it's being budgeted. So I think the district just needs to make different priorities. And I think the priorities really need to be their staff. Because regardless, especially teachers pretty much work with students, right? Well, I think it needs to really be shown that ESP, regardless of your job category, you affect students and student learning, whether it's their environment, they help feed them, they transport them, make their environment safe, clean, well-maintained. So really cutting ESP, we ask for farthest away from the classroom. Well, all of our job categories are part of the classroom. And it's not farthest away. So that was really disappointing for last year. Very disappointing. But I think we made a big impact on the trustees. We had lots of conversations, many, many meetings. I think they understand from the employees what their jobs, what they do, how important their jobs are, and how they really affect students, where I don't think they knew that before. And they're very open to speaking to all of us again this year. So I think we need to take advantage of that and have forums for them to come. And I've already talked to 2 board trustees who are willing to meet via Zoom because they're teachers. It's kind of hard, but that might be easier for participation.
Sure. Oh, good. We look forward to those invitations.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so what do we do as union members to forward our cause?
What we really, really need, and it's so important now more than ever, is participation. We need to, as a union, like exec cap or exec board, we need to go out, which is the officers and directors. We need to go out and really find those new members, find those potentials who have not signed up. There's power in numbers. So we need to go out there and we need to talk to people, and we need to encourage participation in not only signing up, but going to school board meetings, wearing your red shirts, supporting the negotiation team on negotiation days. When you look out at a school board meeting and the trustees can see all of us sitting there in our red shirts, together with VUEA, community, parents, students, it makes a huge difference. And they realize, we're in this all together. And they're looking and they understand that we mean business. And we're only as strong as, the people who participate. So I highly encourage people really to show up, wear your red, listen to when we say we need this, we need that, because last year really people showed up, but I would love to see more participation.
And for the people who are maybe too shy to give public comments, can they just email their trustees and attend the meetings too?
Absolutely. And I always encourage, and the board trustees are more than willing to read their emails. So they encourage, because really they're elected officials, so we should be writing to them. But yeah, if you're, people are shy, it's not easy to speak at a board meeting. But just being there, being present, holding a sign, wearing a red shirt, supporting the people who are comfortable speaking, that's important in itself.
Very good. And then when are generally the start times of the school board meetings?
They usually start at 6:00. If you want to do a public comment, you need to put a comment card before 6:00. So I always encourage between 5:30 and 5:45.
So if you come late, there's not a good chance for you to be able to give a public comment?
Probably not if you come past 6.
Okay.
But again, if you come past 6, you're a person in the galley, then I think that's just as important.
Great.
I appreciate all the members. I know it's really hard, and I know that school board meetings are really long. I understand that other people have lives outside, and family is so important, and I would never encourage someone to, family second. No. But if you could come for a little bit, again, show your face and your VESPA pride. And if you can't, also like our rep council meetings, we do those via Zoom. Having everybody on those meetings, that is the best source of information.
Very, very good information.
Yeah. And so,
and they're so fun. Yeah. You wouldn't believe what goes on at these meetings.
Right? So I just think it's important to have it's a wealth of knowledge there and a great source of information. And I think it's important to hear from us right then. This is what's going on at certain sites. So I encourage that to join the rep council meetings.
Perfect. Well, I look forward to the next school board meeting and the next rep council meeting.
Perfect. Oh, there is one more thing I'd like to share. Last board meeting, we focused on transportation, and we had about 30 transportation bus drivers come out and sit We had about 10 people actually speak. And they really just talked about how they impacted kids, how grateful they were for the 8 hours, just how important they are to the kids' lives. And so each school board meeting, we are going to focus on a different job category. Now, there are 50 million categories for ESP for the district. So we've kind of tried to consolidate them to 9. But so next board meeting, we are going to focus on the facilities department, which is trades, grounds, and custodial. So we'll be meeting with those people next week and asking them to please come to the board meeting. If you don't want to speak, that's okay, but please come with your VESPA shirts. And if you want to share, please share on how you impact kids and the safety and cleaning and their environment. So, and then we are just going to do this monthly. So hopefully, it'll get names and faces and job descriptions out there for the board trustees to really hear from the people who do the job. Because I don't think any other information from anyone else is very accurate. So that is a big thing that we're doing this year too. And it's part of a whole respect campaign. How do you respect an ESP if you don't know what they do? And you can't spell respect without ESP, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's an important thing that we're doing this year.
That sounds great.
Yep.
Well, that's all we have time for. I want to thank President Carol Peak for joining me today.
Nadine, thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciate you.
This is VESPA Voices, a podcast supporting and informing the members of the Ventura Education Support Professional Association. Stay tuned for more updates and information. Thanks for listening and hope to see you at the next meetings.